So let's continue our discussion. Now we'll move on to applications of generative AI in manufacturing and design and automation. So previously we discussed about the various models, generative AI models available. We saw two image-based models, GAN and diffusion models. And then we discussed about the large language models, which is used for text generation. So basically, what are generation tasks we are doing? We can automate using these two models. So text-based models can also be used for uh, generation of audio or something like that because they are able to capture range dependencies. Image-based models can be implemented to generate videos also because frame by frame, if you put an image, then it becomes video. So that is just for you. Now let's see the applications of these models in mechanical and manufacturing. So you take a car, for example, you take a modern car, there is so much advancement taking place because we are in a saturation point where everything has to be perfectly optimized in order to make the product sellable in the market. So small optimizations are needed. And for those optimizations, we need expert for each and every part. Then the cost of manufacturing goes up. Imagine you have a worker who is capable of doing most of the work and he does not sleep, he does not eat, he does not take break. So that is the generative AI. So we can employ it for doing a lot of repetitive tasks. So that frees the work of employees so that they can focus on optimization work. So there these generative AI come into play. Speed demand. So as I said, so if you take a robo or automation system, it doesn't need any break other than maintenance. It will work 24/7. So in China, we would have seen videos of those dark factories where it doesn't even need light to work because everything is infrared sensed. So there are so much advantage to these machines. The need for skilled labor is reduced. Speed processing is capable, as you can see in this image. The shop floor is entirely optimized. Then everything works in sync perfectly. So then there are conventional, if you take a conventional designing process, there is always tool limitation and software limitations. Because you need to have a very high-end hardware and a software with you in order to generate complex models. But if you take generative AI, everything is cloud-based. So you need not need complex investment in softwares or hardwares because it can be generated through cloud-based services. Also, um the conventional models are limited to the wisdom of the user because even if you have a high-end hardware and high-end software, the person who sits and works there makes a difference. But if you take a generative AI model, since they are trained on large corpus of data, these kind of limitations can be overcome. So then comes the intelligent integration process. So far we have seen the shop floor automation, design automation. So obviously the next thing which flow comes to your mind is integrating everything into a single domain, which is Internet of Things. So if you connect everything together, every shop floor in your industry is being connected together. For example, if you take a assembly sector, the machines are assembled. If you take the stock or inventory section, it is maintained through cloud. Then you take your assembly floor, which can also be automated. So everything is automated and everything is connected to the cloud. Then each system can communicate with each other effectively and uh, overall process efficiency will be improved. So that's the advantage of this generative AI system. So these systems exist previously too, but what's the main catch is that everything has to be done by a supervisor. So you need a human supervisor at every point. But now with this generative AI systems and multi-agent systems, these things can be automated entirely without human intervention. So this will show you what are we discussed. So in the traditional approach, we will use manual design task, which may take weeks, but in automated design, it may happen in hours. Of course, there may be some trial and error involved in it because uh, not every system or not every task can be done by machine. So these are some of the advantages. So what I am trying to say is that if you are able to minimize the time where you are doing trivial task, then you can utilize that time for doing some meaningful work. So that's the main agenda of the generative AI. So repetitive tasks can be handled by these generative AI systems. Then you can focus your time to do tasks which really matter. So that's the main aim of this lecture series. I hope you are able to understand. So thank you. We'll see in the next lecture video.